Okay, okay, okay. All right, welcome to a new video. I already recorded this video, but I forgot to record my audio, so I'm redoing it. So, welcome to my third tier list video. This one today is going to be ranking climbing channels, popular climbing channels, and these are only ones that I watch. So, there's other ones that are like more popular that I don't watch than some of these other ones. I don't know, like I could put like Lattice on here or Epic TV or IFSC. I don't watch those. And I don't even, they're completely different kind of content anyway. It's not even really climbing like on Lattice. Lattice is just like training. And like Epic TV is like news, climbing news. So like I don't even feel like it's a different category. So I'm just not even going to include it. So I picked 12 climbing channels and I'm going to rank them all. So without further ado, we will begin now. Oh, and I have put them in order of most popular to least popular. So starting with most popular, Magnus Midbow. He has great quality production quality. His content has devolved quite a bit from climbing into other things. Like he does like challenges that aren't climbing related. He'll do like, I spent, I don't know, a week with the Navy SEALs, or how much weight can I deadlift? Like he just does like other stuff, or I'm wrestling the world's greatest wrestler. He just does like stuff that's not even climbing related half the time anymore, which is fine. I mean, he's a big YouTuber, so you know, it kind of makes sense. And there's nothing wrong with branching out like that. But it's not purely climbing content anymore. So he, again, like his content's great, the production's great. It's definitely obviously improved over time because he's gotten so much bigger and so much more. He's got so many more resources. I'm sure he's a team behind him now. Or if even if he is doing it all on his own, he's still like improved drastically from when he started. So he's got pretty good content. I will say the personality, he's kind of awkward and strange, but he is entertaining. So, and I think the biggest reason why he's even been successful is because one, he is a strong climber and like a fairly well-known climber, was like a professional climber. So he's well known. And then two, because he is actually rather entertaining. He's just a bit awkward. But as far as like, I'm gonna basically rank these in order of what I'd want to watch the most, like which channel I'd want to watch the most, down to least want to watch. So how much would I want to watch him? I would put him in C ranking. So I don't know, maybe that's a bit low, but I'm gonna put him there. Primarily because his content's devolved. It's not really climbing content as much anymore. So put him in the C ranking. Next we have Noah Kane. He's blown up quite a bit in the last couple of years. He is very different content than pretty much any of his other channels, and that's probably why he's blown up. He caters a lot to an audience that doesn't watch climbing, or even to like newer climbers. It's not just like a lot of like there's so many channels that are like mellow climbing, like where they're just like catering to people that are like really hardcore climbers and they only care about like really hard climbing. And also he does not make content like that. I don't even know what grade he climbs, but I don't think he's climbing incredibly hard. I don't think he cares to. But regardless of that, so like he caters to a very broad audience, a broader audience for one. And then two, his production is great. It's very quality content. It's very short and simple. In fact, I think most of the videos that I think about are shorts from him. I don't think I've watched too many of his long format videos. He's pretty much mastered the art of making YouTube shorts, but aimed at like the climbing community. So I would give him probably, I'll say B tier for now, maybe A tier, but at least B tier. I don't really watch his videos often, but when I do, it's like it's very entertaining and it's very enjoyable. It's very short and simple, his stuff. Next, we have everyone's favorite Adam Andra, the king of screams, king of screaming. He is probably one of the most awkward and strange individuals on this list. That might be why he is one of the most interesting individuals on this list. And probably maybe one of the reasons he's one of the best climbers in the world. He's not scared to be himself, and he's very different than other most human beings. Yeah, I guess I didn't mention that he's one of the greatest climbers in the world, both currently on Earth and definitely in like all of climbing history. He's one of the greatest at like and like pretty like all around. I don't think he does ice climbing or mountaineering hardly, but he's pretty great when it comes to bouldering, sport climbing, and trad. And he can speed climb too. Apparently, I don't think he's the greatest in the world there, but he can do that. So Adam Ondra, again, like great content. Most of it's probably just his team. I mean, I don't think he's making the videos on YouTube. It's just his team, but it's very great videos. I enjoy watching his content a lot. Honestly, on all these channels, I probably go to his. I end up watching his videos more than any of these other channels. So, and again, I actually just like his personality. I like that he's just so strange, and that he's just like himself, and he doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks about that. Like there's so many memes about like his long neck and his screams and the weird sounds he makes, and he does not care. He just takes it and runs with it. So I love that he's not scared to laugh at himself and be himself. And he's again just like one of the greatest climbers. Very unique watching him climb. Next we have Wide Boys. This is that's like a really the only like content on climbing content YouTube that's catered to crack climbing. It's like revolved around crack climbing because it's starred by Pete Whitaker and Tom Randall, which are probably two of the greatest crack climbers in the world right now. And they're first of all, they're very entertaining personalities to begin with. Very funny, very humorous. They're also a little strange. Honestly, I think a lot of these people are kind of just awkward and strange. But they're very entertaining. The quality of their videos is great. And they do like really fun challenges. Like I don't even like care about crack climbing, but their videos I enjoy watching them do crack climbing. Whether it's like a challenge or they're just doing actual crack climbing. They're just also just very entertaining. Like they could make content that's not even climbing related, and I would enjoy watching them. So I think they're the most superior channel so thus far. So I'm gonna put them in S tier. So next we have one that's this one's Geek Climber. I actually have not watched this channel in a long time. I probably watched it more so when I started out climbing. And he is way bigger than I thought he was. Like the amount of subscribers he has. He's pretty far up on this list. I did not know he had that many subs. And that's because the content of his channel is not that great. Like he basically makes informative climbing content. It's like very educational. He does a lot of stuff with like data and statistics, and then he does a lot of stuff that's just like teaching you how to be better at climbing. And then he brings a lot of like science and experts into the videos, and he does like a lot of research. So he kind of approaches things from that, like a more of an educational stance. So again, like I guess I don't care that much about it because I've like obviously there's more always to learn, but I'm not like brand new at it, so there's not like as much to learn and get better at. And also, I'm just gonna be honest, he's like one of the most awkward and like strange individual on this list of people. Again, just I don't know, maybe it's just climbers, but they're just very strange and awkward, it seems like. So he is another one that's just very strange, and I don't really enjoy his personality. I think he's probably a great guy, and from what I can tell, he's a very friendly human being. But I just do not like his content very much. I don't care for it, and I think he's kind of a strange person, and not like a strange that I enjoy, like Adam Ondra or the Wide Boys. So next we have Emil Abramson. He is, so he kind of started out with Eric Carlson, which we'll get to later on. He started out with that channel, and he kind of broke off and did his own thing, which he's still on Eric Carlson. but he just kind of made his own channel and ran with it, and he has been way more successful than Eric Carlson. I think he's probably one of the better channels on this list. One, because his personality, he's not really awkward. I'll be honest, like these other characters, he's pretty entertaining and very bubbly and friendly, and he is goofy, but it's not like awkward. He's just like he's goofy and not scared to be himself. Kind of also another one of those individuals. So he another thing that like adds to him is he is a very strong climber, like pro level. So you kind of add all those things together. Like literally on Errol Carlson's channel, he was probably one of like the faces that people wanted to see the most. So it makes sense when he broke off and did his own channel that he just was so successful. Again, like though with his content, like it's very quality, the production's there, and not only that, but he does really fun and very original videos. It's like very creative, the stuff he makes. He does like real cool challenges, and he just does real goofy stuff. He has very good ideas for the stuff he makes. It's not just like here's me climbing hard or here's like an educational video. He makes stuff that's very entertaining for the audience to watch. So, and again, with his personality being entertaining, I'm gonna put him in A tier. Next, we have Bouldering Bobat, a channel I don't really watch anymore. Another one I don't watch anymore, and I probably watched them more so, when I started climbing. They're basically just like a group of guys, group of friends that just make videos together, and they're always climbing together. They really don't. Their content's basically just them. It's more so the early videos. They would just go to their gym and just climb problems together, and then they would do like challenges together. Especially because there's so many of them, they would do challenges together, which it was very different at the time and entertaining. I'll be honest, there's a lot of personalities in the group that I don't like as much. I don't enjoy their personalities as much. I'm not saying they're bad human beings, but I just don't enjoy their personalities. And to me, there's other individuals that definitely carried the group. But again, that's just my opinion. But again, as far as like content goes, I never like, it's not like super quality. It's not bad. Like it's entertaining, but it wasn't like really great production or anything. I'm sure they've improved over time now. But they're definitely a channel that I kind of stopped paying attention to, and I don't really care to watch anymore. So I'm gonna I'll put them in D tier. Next we have Rock Entry. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to this guy. I don't actually watch his videos. I have watched his videos before, but not many of them. This one I feel really bad talking about it. I'm about to be like an asshole, but he is a very popular channel, and he does have really great like production and quality content, and he also approaches things from a more like educational stance. And he also caters to climbers that are not just like real hardcore. He caters to a lot of like newer climbers, but his personality, he's again climbers, man. He's just real quirky, real strange and awkward. He's a real friendly guy, you can tell, real humble, like very, like I'm sure in person he'd be an incredible human being to be around. But he's like something about him to me is like he's like so like cringy. It's like humorous, but it's also like I don't want to watch it because it's so like cringy. But it's like it's humorous watching his videos because his personality is he's such a like a weirdo. His content just does not cater to me. It's very just boring to me. Honestly, his personality is the most interesting about his content, but because he's such a like cringy, weird, and not like a good weird, not a weird I enjoy, I just have to put him in F tier. I feel bad, and I'm kind of shit talking on him. Again, I think he's probably a great person in real life. I'm probably more awkward and cringy than he is, but I just have to put him in F tier because I don't like his content. But he is very popular, and I don't know if he's doing well nowadays, but he definitely used to be. Next, we have Eric Carlson. This is basically like an empire, like the Roman Empire, like it rose and then fell, crumbled. He was huge back in the day. He was probably the first climbing channel that I really watched and subscribed to, and I used to watch like all the videos all the time. and he has fallen from glory. He has crumbled significantly, and I think a lot it's because he took a lot of breaks from climbing. He just stopped posting a lot. Also, I hate, I kind of mentioned this briefly, but like he was not the main face of the channel, which is fine. But there's other personalities that really, and it was like people want to watch his content for these other personalities, like Nicken, Daniels, and then Emo Abramson, as I mentioned previously. And there's like Frederick. Like people wanted to watch his content for them because they're way more entertaining to watch and interesting than he was. And again, he's like a friendly person. It's not like he's a bad guy or anything. He's just not. He's kind of just, which to be fair, you know, he was the one filming, but so it wasn't like he was the star of the show, anyways. But he was just not as, I don't know. His content, like when they're not in the videos, like those entertaining personalities, is just like no one wants to watch them. And again, like I said, he's taken a lot of breaks from climbing. So he just, I think his channel's kind of died a lot as a result. Now the actual like content is, you know, it's good content. Like the quality's there. Another thing he hasn't done, which I think has really hurt him, is he hasn't really adapted, like, and really, he kind of makes a lot of the same stuff still, and he's kind of just like copying. From what I see, it seems almost like he even copies a lot of other channels. He doesn't do his own thing anymore. Whereas like people like Adamandra or like Noah Kane, Email, they all have something different going for them. They're like doing something completely different than all these other channels on here. He's not really doing anything different. And I think that's a lot of why he's died. Well, not real life, but his channel's died. So I'm going to put him in D tier as well. Next we have Mello. That's like the most hardcore channel you can create, like the most hardcore climbing channel for the most hardcore climbers. Basically is just like dudes with their shirts off climbing V15 and being like, bro, come on, bro, you can do it, bro, come on, ole. That's literally what Mello is. Which it is very entertaining at times to watch just the strongest climbers in the world take down the hardest climbers in the world and do it with ease. But that's all their content is. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. It's just pure just testosterone and just skater vibes. Like they don't bring anything interesting to the table besides that. So they get very old very quick to watch their content, at least for me. I don't really care. Every once in a while they post stuff on like maybe like personalities, because they showcase a lot of people. There's probably personality they show. I'm like, oh, that personality is really interesting. I want to watch Daniel Woods crush this V15. But like a lot of times there's just people, I don't know who they are. I don't care about the problem that they're on. I just don't care a lot of times. The only thing I really watch from them nowadays is when they put their like 20-minute, 30-minute like short films together. That's the only stuff I really watch from them. So I'm going to put them in C tier. I know it's really controversial. I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for that one, but I'm going to put them in C tier for now. So next we have Wedge, which is kind of a Mellow wannabe, but not quite. It's a little more, a little bit better than that, in my opinion. But again, it's a lot of just like dudes with their shirts off climbing hard stuff. That's not all it is, though. It's a little bit more than that. But they're basically just a channel. It's just like, and they're not as big as I thought they were. I thought they had like 100K subs, but they're like 30K. But they basically do, it's just like UK climbing and UK climbers. I guess like the main faces, like the stars of that channel, are like Jim Pope and Eden Roberts. Those are like the ones that individuals probably most people care to watch on that channel. They have like very good quality production. The cinematography is great. But I will say a lot of like the substance to me is pretty boring in those videos. Again, it's still kind of just like very just like hardcore climbing content. It's not, there's not like that much entertainment besides like, oh, some dude on a hard problem. To me, they're not that much more entertaining than Mellow. So I'm just gonna put them in C tier as well. And then the last one, I don't even need to explain this. This is easily S tier. Chad Parks. That is the greatest channel on this list. And that is objective. This is the objective tier list. So you can argue that. No, honestly, I'm probably F tier. No, I'm definitely F tier. It's like I'm probably more awkward and like cringy than Ozzy here, and my content's nowhere near as good as these other channels. So I definitely deserve to be an F tier, least amount of subs. But you know what? Fuck you. I don't actually care though. I'm gonna put myself in S tier because one day I will be as good as Wide Boys. So I'm gonna put myself in S tier. We're thinking of the future. So that's pretty much it. This is a lot more balanced out than I guess a lot than my other two videos on this, like my other two tier list videos. So this is a little more balanced, this one. But that's pretty much it. I think this looks pretty good. Obviously, I deserve to really be an F tier, but I'm keep myself there. And then yeah, these two are definitely A tier, B tier. Yeah, I'd say this looks pretty good. So as always, feel free to put your thoughts down in the comments if you agree or disagree or what your actual list would look like. And again, as also always, if you have ideas for more tier lists, let me know down in the comments. I definitely plan to do a handful more of these. I don't know if it's going to become like a long running series. I don't know if I have that many ideas to do a long running series out of tier lists, at least especially climbing related ones. But I do like this kind of thing. It's pretty fun to do, especially while I'm not really climbing right now. So this is still climbing related content, and it seems like that's what most people want to see. So this is kind of what I figure I'll do a couple more of these. So, but if you want to, there are specific ideas you want to see done, then feel free to let me know down in the comments. But for now, that's it for this video. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.